The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. It's a Wednesday morning. It's 8 o'clock. That means it's time for the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton. And what better way to start than with a big old bottle of Jose Cuervo to get me through the day, or a shot or two of Jose Cuervo to get me through the day. Add a little bit of tequila to your coffee, and you're going to have a great day, guys. That one I can guarantee you. Tommy tuning in and saying, "What's up, Tip? What's up, Tommy?" I'm just looking at how effed up my beard looks. I got to go get the beard trim. Man, it's always weird because I tend to have like the chat in front of me, but I try not to pay attention to like me on the screen. I just want to see whenever y'all make comments. And whenever I see my beard, sometimes I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, I look old. But because I am 62 years old, like I feel like I look young for being 62, just really old for being 42. I hope that everyone's having a great day. I was watching the Stanley Cup final yesterday. Anybody want to talk with me about the Stanley Cup final? About the Vegas Golden Knights being tied 2-2, the Carolina Hurricanes coming back, winning Game 4 in Vegas, 5-3 because of the empty net. But how fun the Stanley Cup final has been. Is anybody out there that wants to talk to me about that? I feel like I'm alone in my own little universe, the lone hockey fan in El Paso. I also I'm setting myself up for a lot of heartbreak because if Vegas loses and if San Antonio loses, it's going to be a long off season for your boy. Bill Gates saying, yeah. Tommy saying, nope, LOL, don't want to talk about that. Well, what do you want to talk about, Tommy? I did see that Joe Burrow got his contract restructured. Saves $10 million for the Cincinnati Bengals. Who are they going to get? They're not going to get anybody. All they have to do is use that money, and they're going to restructure it with Dexter Lawrence, right? That's who I was thinking of who it was. I was going to say Sexy Dexy, but I couldn't think of what Dexter it was or what Lawrence it was. Sexy Dexy, they're going to try to restructure some of his stuff, give him a little bit of money. The Bengals stay exactly where the Bengals were. I don't know what happened. Something changed. Sexy Denny, LOL. Yes, Sexy Dexy. Something happened to my phone. I don't know what happened, but now I got a loading screen. This is all I try to monitor some stuff. Oh wow. It's funny because I look at the captions and the caption that it's stuck on. Well, now it changed, but the caption that it was stuck on, instead of saying Sexy Dexy, said Sexy Dixie. And I don't know if I like that, although that is a great nickname. If anybody were to call you Sexy Dixie, you would absolutely love it. Is that what you want to talk about, Tommy? What is there that you want to talk? Because I know you don't want to talk about tonight's game because I already know what your thoughts on tonight's game is. You hope the Spurs lose. I hope the Spurs win. I saw the flag move in the back, so it feels like the ghost is coming back. Hey, look at that. I mentioned the ghost, the flag moves. Augustine saying the Knicks will win tonight. I mean, it's a possibility. There's a 50-50 chance, I feel like, that the Knicks will win. I guarantee you. Augustine, I guarantee you this. Either the Knicks or the Spurs are going to win tonight's game. Tommy says he'll talk about anything other than hockey and soccer, LOL. I'm trying to stay away from soccer. Maybe we do soccer on Friday with Augustine as the World Cup kicks off tomorrow. I think I'm a little disappointed because I could have gotten, honestly, I should have gotten media credentials for the World Cup, but I wanted to stay in El Paso, focused on the job, focused on making sure we get everything taken care of over at Southwest University Park. On Saturday, though, we will have the El Paso Locomotive FC taking on Phoenix. Is it Phoenix? It is Phoenix. No, we have Phoenix today, but we're going to be in town. The El Paso Locomotive. It's all one big blur to me. Sonny saying hi, yo, hey, yo to you. And Scott Hall voice, hey, yo. Got to have a toothpick and throw it at the camera. Love Scott Hall. But the El Paso Locomotive will be in action this weekend on Saturday at Southwest University Park. I'll be there. I hope to see you out there as well. Augustine saying, I guarantee you the following. The refereeing will be adjusted, and that will make the Knicks go over the hump. Hello to you too. I don't know, X_X-Y5Z. Tommy saying that was really close, LOL. That's pushing the line. Talking about the locomotive is pushing the line. Oh, man. Augustine saying that the refereeing will be adjusted. Everyone's upset. Wemby doesn't get the flagrant foul call on him for the push in the back of Jalen Brunson. Everyone focused in on that push that Jalen Brunson received from Victor Wembanyama. Jalen Brunson's tiny little ass then steps up to Wemby and starts chirping, and Wemby just starts laughing like, dude, get out of here. If I wanted to, I could eat you. I've taken shits bigger than you, Jalen Brunson. That's what Victor Wembanyama was saying. But nobody goes back 3 plays before where Jalen Brunson gets a head of steam and just elbows right into the chest Stephon Castle. No foul called there. Castle standing perfectly still, so it should have been a charge. It should have been something offensive. No one wants to remember that part of the game. No one wants to go back and see how in the third, in the second, and in the first quarter, Karl Anthony Towns was grabbing Victor Wembanyama, giving him a little bit of elbows and stuff like that as well. No one wants to go back and look at that. All we want to look at is Wemby brushing off a tiny little turd that Tommy Carranza is putting all his money on, saying his money's on Brunson, LOL. Your money could have been on Brunson, but instead he's on another team. Got his ass. No one wants to go back and look at those things. All we want to do is look at Victor Wembanyama. Make Victor Wembanyama the villain. I'm good with it. I like being the team that people don't like. That's why I'm a Cowboys fan. Come on now. I like being the bad guy. That's why I'm a Yankees fan. If the Spurs occupy this thought process going forward, if they occupy this space going forward of they're the bad guys, I'm with it. I enjoy it. All those tough-talking New York fans got to jump a couple of Spurs fans because your team lost a game. Oh, my God, they lost it. You should be used to it, you fucking losers. You have lost since 1972. Why is it boiling over now? Damn, I sound heated. This is actually me calm. I'm actually in a really good mood. Augustine saying the Cowboys are not bad guys. They are now the butt of everyone's jokes. There's a reason why everyone prays for the downfall of the Dallas Cowboys, Augustine. There's a reason why. Jay-Z said it best. Dark Knight feeling. Die young and be a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's what it was. The Dallas Cowboys in the 1960s, they were the team of next year. That's where this whole thing of next year's our year came from. It was from the 1960s because the Cowboys would go to a championship and they would lose. They became the lovable underdog. They became the lovable underdog were the Dallas Cowboys. Then Roger Staubach, the dude from the Naval Academy, becomes the quarterback. They wind up winning Super Bowls in the 70s. They have that all pristine look on themselves as America's team, the team fighting for the good, being the underdog, coming back up, getting what you want. They become America's team. They have a little bit of a slip in the 80s, and that's where all the, oh, look at the Cowboys, oh, this team, blah, 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 blah. Then comes the 90s, and the Dallas Cowboys reassert their dominance. That's when they became the bad guys. Super fun guys. A lot of cocaine happening at that point in time, but that's when they became the bad guys. And love them or hate them, there is no in-between. Zero in-between when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. Augustine saying the downfall, that happened a long time ago. LOL. If the downfall actually happened, Augustine, they wouldn't be the most valuable franchise in all of sports, the most noticeable symbol in all of sports. You can go into a third world country in Uzbekistan or something like that, and you can have a star on a hat, and people will say, that's the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to the good people of Uzbekistan. Tommy saying, Augustine, go play in the freeway for a little while. And Augustine says, the freeway? Go swim in the Rio Grande. I was shocked. I saw water in the Rio Grande. If you're not from El Paso, you don't understand what that means. Summer has finally arrived. There is water. Augustine says, I don't love them or hate them. Bullshit. We know that. I just think they're overvalued, overmarketed, underachieving team in history. Wouldn't that be the Knicks? Right? Wouldn't that also be the Knicks? Augustine saying Uzbekistan isn't a third world country. I know. It's just Uzbekistan came up to mind because it's a funny word to say. Should I have said the Democratic Republic of the Congo? Is that what I should have done? Tommy saying Augustine just loves the big D. The Crooked Commissioner saying top of the tip, Money Mike, TC, and Augustine. How goes it? It goes well, my friend. It was awesome. Thank you for sharing what you shared with me yesterday. I'm going to make sure my dude Jay Hood gets it. The beautiful tribute that y'all gave Stacey King. Again, man, I love Stacey King. Where was I at? I was at the Shops at Solana the other day, formerly known as Sunland Park Mall. It'll always be Sunland Park Mall to me. Augustine saying the Congo, Peru, Ecuador, giving us a list of third world countries. I'll say something about Ecuador in a little bit. But I was at FYE at the Shops at Solana, and I was like looking at a bunch of stuff, and I saw like baseball cards. I saw a box of baseball cards, and I was this close. There's a part of me that wants to go back and buy baseball cards, because whenever I was younger, I used to have just like binders full of baseball cards. My parents put them in storage, and then my cousin set that storage on fire shortly thereafter. So all of my baseball cards went away. I even had like a gold Michael Jordan rookie card, which fucking A. Still bothers me that my cousin did that nonsense. I had a Barry Bonds autographed card. I had a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. I had a Satchel Paige card, which I thought was really awesome. I loved baseball. Like, I still do love baseball cards. But that's going on like 20 plus years now of not collecting baseball cards. And I saw the pack at FYE, and I thought to myself, maybe I'd buy some. I'm not going to buy some at the mall, though. That's fucking stupid. I'll just go to like Target or Walmart or something like that and start buying baseball cards. But I also feel at 42 years old, like, look, dude, look around me. Right? I got a bunch of wrestling figures around me. How is anybody going to take me serious? They shouldn't. So maybe I should just keep buying baseball cards. Look at that, guys. I just spoke it through myself. Now you know what a small glimpse of life is like inside my head. I've got the autographed Kevin Nash behind me, though. That's fun. Going over to Facebook. Got to put my glasses on. Ray Jackson saying, good morning, sir. No, not the cards. Why not the cards? Why not the cards? Oh, yeah. No, that's the best, Commish. No, that's what I love to do. If I can go find like some cards from the 80s or the 90s, I think that would be great. The Commish saying, I would like to open old baseball/basketball cards because we know which players actually panned out. I had a box, like those big storage boxes, right, that you normally see in law firms for like documents and stuff like that. I had boxes like that full of binders of baseball cards and basketball cards, football cards, a couple of hockey cards as well. I had the entire 1992 Dallas Cowboys roster in in a binder. I had a couple of them autographed. Tony Tolbert signed one. Nate Newton signed one. Alvin, why can't I think it's Alvin Harper, right? Like, why am I not thinking it's Alvin Harper? It's got to be Alvin Harper. August is saying there's nothing wrong with collecting. I've got a bunch of stuff from cards to unopened toys from Disney. Ooh, I like that. Oh, okay. Ray said no. He meant like the no to losing the cards because, yeah, they got on fire. God damn. I wish I would have like had them valued. I could have like, I don't know. I sue my cousin. Nothing's going to come out of it because they're broke as shit. I'm talking about old stuff from Hasbro, Transformers, and so forth. That's awesome. That is awesome. Ray Jackson saying, I found my WWF cards, not WWE, but WWF. One of the cool things I have, because as you all know, I do Bob, Jim, and Pat Get Drunk on the internet. We watch old wrestling. And one of the spokespeople, the person that does our show intro, is Buff Bagwell, Marcus Buff Bagwell. So we have like the Buff Bagwell action figures and stuff. And one of the coolest things is I have my Buff Bagwell autographed baseball card here from my dude Buff. He is the stuff, and the girls just can't get enough. Shout out to my guy Buff Bagwell. Loved it. The commissioner saying, did you give Nate Newton a little bump to get that autograph? Maybe I did. You don't know what I have to do to get autographs. That sounded bad. Oh, my God. That sounded like I was going to do like sexual favors for somebody. I won't, unless it's the right person, do sexual favors for anybody to get an autograph. Again, unless it's the right person. Tommy saying, I used to have some Nolan Riordan cards back when I was 12, and I used it on the tires for my bike. No. Tommy, what are we doing, guy? But again, we're young. We don't know the value of those things. Damn. Augustine saying, I was watching WrestleMania, old wrestling the other day, WrestleMania 6. It was a great show. I've got to watch that one. And was Vince McMahon such a great announcer or what? Whenever he goes, oh, the maneuver. What a maneuver. Vince McMahon would say. Tommy's saying, we know what kind of toys Augustine collects. Oh, yeah, we do. I heard that Augustine got that plug. Oh, like a plug, like someone that can hook him up. That type of plug, not the other type of plug. Although I'm sure Augustine's got that too. I'm sorry, Augustine. The commissioner saying, damn, I was talking about a fist bump, but hey, you do you or him. I don't know. I do love, wow, I didn't realize that my screen was, there we go. That's better. My youngest son was in here messing with my screens, and now everything's all kinds of not right. And now, I mean, the bump I was talking about was cocaine. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you're bumping uglies with Nate Newton. I don't know what you're into. Hey, look, I'm not going to judge you. It's Pride Month, Commish. Thank you for coming out to all of us here on the show. We appreciate your love and support, and we got your back. Oh, yeah, no, good old JR. Whenever JR would hit somebody with a good old-fashioned slobber knocker, that was great. You know, he hit him right in the solar plexus. That was always a good one, too. Augustine saying, ha, 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 no, I just call them sisters. LOL. Oh, yeah. Look at that. The commish, big body, banging with nasty Nate. Augustine saying, we got your back one Pride Month. I think I meant on Pride Month, but I mean, I got your back all the time. I am an ally. I support people. Love who you love. I ain't going to judge you. I think I said it before on the show. Maybe I'll say it again. One of the most flattering moments I've ever had in my life. Went to a couple of gay bars with Destiny and some friends. I think it was the mining. That's what it was. And as like we walk into the bar, the bouncer's like looking at me and stuff, pats me down, does all that stuff. It's like, cool, whatever. I'm cool with it, right? We're going into a club. That's what happens. You go into a club. Back in the day, whenever we used to dance in clubs, now I see kids that don't even know how to dance. But whatever, that's not a me thing. That's a you thing, kids. So we're in the club. I go to the bar. I'm buying drinks. I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. I get in line to go to the bathroom. And I feel a hand about yay big engulf my entire shoulder. Like the arm, the hand went from like back behind my shoulder to like the fingertips on my chest. It was a big ass dude, big as all shit. And he like leans down. Again, I'm not a short dude. I'm 5'10". Maybe I am short to some people, but I'm not super short. I'm 5'10". He leans down, folds down, and whispers in my ear, "You got the sweetest ass I have ever seen." And I had to be like, my dude, I'm sorry, I'm not gay, but that is probably the best compliment I have ever gotten in my life. I have never had a woman in my life compliment me on how caked up I am. And this is like young Mike. This is like in shape military Mike at this time. So, I mean, I was looking good, guys. It was the greatest compliment I've ever had. No one compliments you quite like a gay man does. So when a gay man compliments you, it's the greatest thing in the world. Now, not my thing, but I mean, It was cool. I got a compliment. It was a great compliment. Ladies, step your game up. Compliment your man. I should have been gay that night. Oh, I'm going to hell. Oh, man, that's hilarious. The commissioner saying that's the problem. You kids got no pride. Augustine saying we have to judge people. And I say he didn't pay you down. He was feeling you up. He didn't pat you down. He was feeling you up. You should have told him this is the hairiest ass too. Hey, man, look, I take care of myself. You know how I take care of myself? www.myhappynuts.com. It's not time yet. Don't turn your phones down. Tommy's saying I met Hall of Fame offensive lineman Ray Rayfield Wright. Jesus Christ, I'm dyslexic as hell today. One time at Cielo Vista Mall. Dude had the biggest hands I've ever seen. Yeah. Again, so my friend of the show, former NBA player Ryan Hollins, certified 7-footer. I remember meeting him and shaking his hand, and his hand engulfed all my whole hand and over to half my forearm. And I was like, Jesus, dude, there ain't no need to be that big. Augustine saying, thank goodness I brought the headphones today. LOL. The commissioner saying, no pre-tip. Calm yourself down, Mike. It's just the tip of just the tip. Like the tip of the tip. The tippy verse, the multi-tippy verse. Can we do that? I'm sure somewhere out there in a universe, I'm a really buttoned up conservative type of dude who doesn't make tip jokes. Who gets mad and rolls his eyes whenever people make jokes that, oh, tip, huh? Tipton, huh? Tommy's saying he let me try on his Super Bowl ring, and he told me I could keep it if it fit one of my fingers, any of my fingers. LOL. That is wild. That is such a flex. Yeah, you can keep this ring if you don't have to wear it like a bracelet. That's another one as well. I think I told you all on the show before, whenever I worked at ESPN, I did a Super Bowl preview show with a couple of NFL players, and I got to meet one of my favorite football players as a kid growing up, which is Darren Woodson. And he brought in one of his Super Bowl rings. He let me hold his Super Bowl ring, and I remember thinking to myself how heavy that damn thing was. But it was awesome, just absolutely awesome to hold that Super Bowl ring. And yeah, dude, it was great. So I can only imagine someone like Rayfield Wright, whose hands are just absolutely enormous. Says Rayfield Wright would drop a quarter through his Super Bowl ring. That is crazy. Let me see. I think somewhere right around here, I have my Chihuahuas championship ring. I guess I put it away somewhere else. I wanted to see if I could drop a quarter through my championship ring that I got with the Chihuahuas. I bet you I can't. I bet you I can't. I keep looking for stuff. I'm not looking at it. The commission, I can confirm those championship rings are badass. My grandfather was a minority owner of the Diamondbacks when they won the championship, so he was able to get a ring. That is awesome. Tommy's saying he got to try on Jay Novacek's ring too. Damn. I will say one of the coolest things whenever I go to the NFL draft and stuff like that, I'm going to try to go again next year. Hopefully we don't have any games. Actually, if I got to be at every game next year, we've got some problems. I should just retire. But one of the coolest things about going to the NFL draft is they have in an area every single Super Bowl ring that's ever been. And you can turn the wheel and it's got a magnifying glass and you can look at all the diamonds and just how amazing it looks, all of the detail and stuff like that. I didn't do that mainly because people are gross. and I don't want to put my eyes next to something that gross ass people put their eyes next to. But it was cool. Like I genuinely enjoy it. Like I love Super Bowl rings. I think Super Bowl rings are the best ones, are the absolute best ones. Man. Actually, there's one thing that's slightly better than a Super Bowl ring, and that's just the tip.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't too much, but just enough. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Guys, summer's here, and you got to make sure you're taking care of yourself. If you're still walking around, if you've been listening to this show for as long as you've been listening to this show, and you're still walking around with your boys sticking to your legs and having to do the stanky leg while you're walking around town or doing any of that stuff, you're doing yourself a disservice. Why are you doing me a disservice? Because it makes me seem like you don't listen to me, like you don't care. Maybe care a little bit about me. Maybe get out of my head just a little bit and show me you got a little bit of love for the tip. Go to www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout. Make sure your boys ain't sticky and sad. Make sure they're happy. That's all you need. Just the happiest nuts of all time. We mentioned it earlier, how the ladies need to step their game up whenever they're flirting with men. Tell that dude he's got a sweet ass. Make sure he's taking care of that ass too, with the bulber. So that way he doesn't have a bush in the front and the back like the crooked commish does. It's wild. It's just like a big stream of hair. It's kind of like whenever you watch Peanuts and you see Pigpen and he's just surrounded by dirt and stuff like that. That's how the crooked commish looks whenever he's naked, but it's just hair around his groinal region. You know why? Because he doesn't go to www.myhappynuts.com and use promo code Mike Tipton. Shame on you. Use that promo code. Make sure you're feeling as great as you can this season, this summer. No more sticky nuts. Just happy nuts with myhappynuts.com. The commish saying, Mike, if you go to the Super Bowl, take me with you. I know you need a camera guy. Tommy saying, I have met Troy Aikman too. He's an asshole. That is disappointing because like I've met Troy. Again, like I met him whenever I was at ESPN, so maybe it was different. I don't know. I don't have to hide Super Bowl rings at 8:30 a.m. I disagree. August is saying, we're just like that. You're okay. LOL. The commissioner saying, Mike, that is definitely a HIPAA violation. August is saying, don't be a Neanderthal and use www.myhappynuts.com. Promo code Mike Tipton at checkout. Oh, man. The commissioner, remind me to never invest anything to you while drinking again. Why? Hey, man, look. I'm sorry, commish. Look, guys, I've seen it. It ain't that hairy, but it's hairier than what it should be. He kind of looks like Giant Gonzalez. Okay, I did get it right. Oh, man, commissioner, I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll go there. Come here. Image file. Oh, no. The commissioner, he meant to say confess. Confess to me while he's drunk again. That's right, commish was drunk with you on the internet last week, LMAO. He was. The commish, look at that. Tommy was watching whenever the commish came in and got drunk with me, James, and Pat on the internet. Tommy has never joined Bob, Jim, and Pat get drunk on the internet over the last almost 6 years. In October, I was thinking about this. It's going to be 6 years of Bob, Jim, and Pat getting drunk on the internet. Tommy's saying, oh, and Destiny's watching too. Yes, she is. Oh, that's why I won't do it. Damn it. Now I got to find the right type of image file. Do all this stuff. Where is it? There we go. I hope this is a good image because I'm tired of searching. There we go. This is what I was saying the commish looks like. What the hell did it save to? Who messed up my settings? Oh, my son was in here. That's why. I hope it works. Will it work? Trying to make it work. Doesn't look like it's working. Okay. I'll get that up in a minute. Whoa, that did not sound good at all. Look at me pausing the show to do stupid shit. Where the hell did it go? Doing a lot for a joke that's not going to have a payoff. I've really got to see what my kid was doing to mess up my stuff. I just don't have time to do that right now, but we're going to be all right. The commissioner saying, Mike, did you talk about Knicks fans overreacting to the Spurs loss? I kind of hit on it. Man, I love and I understand passion whenever it comes to sports fans. And I understand that sometimes whenever you get drunk, you might have issues, right? Like you might wind up getting too drunk at some point in time. But you have to be smarter than that. You know what I mean? Like you've got to be able to handle your emotions and do these. I get it, man. Your team is in a championship for the first time in 27 years. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of emotions there. You're probably upset because they had to cancel the watch party around MSG and throw you out into Central Park and doing all that stuff because of who went and watched the game there. But there's no excuse to ever act that way to a fan, to any fan base, unless you're also willing to receive it. We're going to try to pretend like San Antonio don't got some nefarious parts? Really? That you're going to come to Texas and talk your shit in an open carry state? I hate these stories whenever you got fans that like a Dodgers fan kills like a Giants fan or some stupid shit like that over a fucking baseball game. It's so stupid, man. It's the dumbest damn thing that you can possibly do out there. I just like I said, man, like I don't get it. I really don't. I will never understand why sports fans allow fandom to get the better of them. It's a game that you are not a part of. There we go. That's exactly how the Crooked Commish looks. Just not as tall. I'm sorry, Commish. I'm gonna clean up this picture a little bit. I'm gonna put your face on it. And we're gonna put it out there on social media. This right here is the reason why the commish needs to go to www.myhappynuts.com and use promo code Mike Tipton. Tommy's saying that he's just not a wrestling dude. Yes, he was properly shown the exit as well. I can't even remember why we had you exit. I know it was a 2-1 vote. Augustine saying, don't blame your son for your mistakes. A bunch of dudes getting drunk watching men in tights wrestle. Nah, LOL. I'm kidding, Tip. Do your thing. Look, bitch, I'm going to watch whatever I want to watch. Tommy also goes on to say that Spurs and Eagles fans deserve all the hate and vitriol that the city of New York has given them. I will say Eagles fans, yes. Go out there and beat up an Eagles fan. I'm good with it. Tommy laughing at the commish. The giant Gonzalez commish. And the commish saying, no, I am that big. I am really that big. 7'8", I want to say Giant Gonzalez was. Maybe he was taller than that. A lot of people don't realize this. Like, Giant Gonzalez played basketball. I know it was like for Argentina or something like that. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. Knowing way too much about Giant Gonzalez, who died at the age of 44 from diabetes. I want to see how tall it actually has him as, though. Like, what his actual height was. Because the WWE had him as, like, 8 feet tall. He was 7'7". So he was just as tall as Manute Bol. He was actually drafted by the Phoenix Suns, I want to say it was, too. Who drafted him? Who drafted him? Oh, it was the Atlanta Hawks. Damn it, it was the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, wow. So it was him and Hernan Montenegro, who were both drafted in the same year, 1988 draft, both chosen by the Atlanta Hawks. They became the first Argentine players drafted into the NBA. Oh, look at that. That's fun. Giant Gonzalez was unable to adapt to the physical demands of the NBA, partially due to a serious knee injury. That sucks. The cricket Chewbacca is what Tommy called him. And then saying that shirt made me stop at Whataburger. Hey, you got it right there. De que hamburguesa shirt. I've got to find a way. Like, I've tried for years. I've got to find a way to get sponsored by Whataburger and Dr. Pepper. Like, my two favorite things. I got to find a way to do it. I need someone to help me out with, like, the marketing stuff of it. This new job really takes away from my ability to do some of my marketing things that I like doing. Commish, come to El Paso, help me shoot a couple of videos. Oh, Augustine, could you imagine? No, but nah, man, Wattis has already got, like, their own good things. Like, I'm still waiting to go. Maybe I'm going to have a weekend off after next weekend. So in about 3 weeks, I'll finally have a full weekend off. Jesus Christ. Maybe we all get together, Augustine. We go over to that burger place you were telling me about over there in Juarez. Augustine saying, what contacts do you need from Dr. Pepper and Whataburger? Normally what I do is I deal with, like, marketing managers and stuff like that. Whoever's in charge of, like, influencer programs and affiliate programs and stuff like that. I just haven't had time to search it up. I am off a little bit today. I've got, like, a meeting. So maybe I'll spend a good part of today getting, what information I need. I'm still waiting for the commish to hook us up with the gas station dick pills. Tommy's saying if I go to that burger place in Juarez, that burger is going to bark when you bite it, Tip. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be biting into that burger, Tip. It's going to bark back at you. My mom used to make a joke whenever I was younger because I do like my steak between medium rare and rare, right? And she would make a joke that, like, every time I was going to cut into my steak, it was going to moo. That's the first thing I thought of whenever you said that, Tommy. Man, we've all eaten dogs sometime. I guarantee you, all of us, every single one of us. We've all gone to a Chinese restaurant that's been a little sketchy, kind of in the northeast of El Paso. The possibility and probability of eating dog at that Chinese restaurant is high. But you know what? You said to yourself, This is absolutely amazing. You know why? Because they flavored that dog the right way. They put the right spices, sauces, seasoning on that dog. Now you thought to yourself, this is just like chicken. It's a little more chewy, but it's just like chicken. I don't know why I took a shot at the northeast of El Paso, because there's some sketchy Chinese places all around town, every city you go in. But they are effing delicious, and you know it. And you know what you're eating is probably not what you're supposed to be eating, but it was good anyway. Tommy said they used to tell me not to eat the tacos on the bridge after a night of drinking, drown in Juarez, but my drunk ass would eat them every time. LMAO. Desi said they are delicious, those Chinese restaurants in the Northeast. Dude, I should have done it, right? Like eating the street tacos, coming back from Tequila Derby or whatever. I should have done, but like my thing was I was always going to stop at Whataburger. The Whataburger on Zaragoza and North Loop, that was always the place that I was going to stop at. Damn, is that Whataburger even there anymore? I don't think it's there anymore. But yeah, I'd always stop there. After a night of heavy drinking, that $10 drink and drown in Juarez, commish, you don't know about that. Tommy's saying everything is better in the Northeast, especially the dogs that they cook in the Chinese restaurants. I got a weenie dog. Maybe we cook him. Jesus Christ, what has happened to this show? The commission saying, nope, I'm out of the loop, my dude. I get it, like growing up in Chicago, growing up in Phoenix, growing up in like other cities and stuff like that. You probably got indoctrinated into something else. But my guy, growing up on the border, again, I was 14 years old. I just thought about that. My son is about to be 14 years old. Holy shit. But I was 14 years old, crossing the border by myself because I had a beard and a deep voice and I never got ID'd. I probably could have drank over here, now that I'm thinking about it. But you cross the border. It was 25 cents when I started. I think it like bumped up to 35 cents, which, oh my God, that's too much now. Do that. Cross over the border. Right there by downtown, you had the Tequila Derby. Walk into the Tequila Derby, give them $10. It was packed, so your best bet was to just hang out by the bar unless you found somebody to dance with. I would get like a handful of Coronas. I would get shots, Jack and Coke, all like you can get just everything you possibly could drink for $10. You didn't want to leave your spot at the bar because if you left your spot at the bar, it was going to be harder for you to go get your drinks. But my guy, you had to do it. Tommy, maybe that's something that we work on. Maybe we find a way to get like a $10 drink and drown in El Paso. I still, like I've always said it, man. I've always wanted to open a bar. Go down to a beach in Mexico. Tommy's saying $10, all you can drink as Juarez is what you want. Yeah, buddy. The lazy river went down a dark tunnel. It was a beer buffet, commish. It really was, man. It really was. And you know what? The Corona bottles were a little smaller than what you would get in the United States. But, hey, man, $10 and you can keep going and getting what you want. That's always it. Destiny's saying we were feral children. Augustine sent me some messages. I did see those messages. Thank you. I used to tip the bartender $20 to avoid the line all night. Hey, man, that was a smart thing to do. I'm glad you had money like that. Old opulent Tommy Carranza over here. Old rich boy Tommy. I would normally tip like $10, so you're a better tipper than me. No one's a better tipper than me. Many people are saying I'm the best tipper there's ever been. Many people tip, but they don't tip like me. Nobody tips like me. I just keep thinking about it, Kamisha. You said the lazy river went down a dark tunnel. I just keep thinking of it like Willy Wonka, right? I can't think of the lyrics to the song, but where he's like going down the tunnel and he's on that little paddle boat and they're just like doing their thing. That's the tunnel that we came down. Tommy's saying LMAO, $10 for the entry, $20 for the bartender, and still had $3 left for a dozen dog tacos. Hey, man, that's the way to do it. I love the fact that you had $33 on you. You knew exactly what you needed. You knew exactly what you needed. I mean, I heard that they don't have the Mercado anymore, and that kind of makes me sad. Tommy's saying Trump's been talking about Somalians eating dogs. We Mexicans been doing it for decades. Yeah, when he's like, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets. I was like, you're not supposed to? I thought that's what they were for. Like, you raise your dog, it becomes a certain age, you throw it on the grill. I don't see anything wrong with that. That dog was delicious. I plumped him up. Oh, man. Flashbacks to childhood. Not eating dog. I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know what my parents cooked. My parents, once again, super old school. They would make food, right? And they would like leave the cooked food out in just like the whatever vat they cooked it in. And yes, I say vat. There was 11 of us. There was a ton of us in my parents' house all the time. So it didn't matter how old the food was. That vat, that big ass, like it was like a 2-foot tall pot of whatever was inside was not going to be put away until it was absolutely empty and your ass washed it. If you were the one that emptied out the vat, you had to wash the vat. Cabbage soup sometimes. Ugh, the smell of old ass cabbage soup is still burnt into my memory. You know how they say like smells can spark up nostalgia? Anytime I smell cabbage, it sparks up like a bad nostalgia. It's fucking disgusting. Sauerkraut was the same way. My mom would make like fresh made menudo. I remember Destiny was like, oh, your mom can't make good Mexican food because she's white. Mom made some really good Mexican food. I wouldn't say the best, but she had some seasoning. Tommy's saying we're getting canceled, LMAO. No, because we haven't said MC Hammer. That's one time. We know what the rule is, Tommy. The potato tacos. Oh, dude, yeah. I do like a potato taco, but it does have a smell. It really does have a smell. And that was on us, man. Like, we didn't have food lay around the house very much because, again, minimum there was 11. My sister was always bringing her kids over. My brother had his daughter and son there at the same time, too. Like, there was, man, I think from like 5th grade to my sophomore year, I had to sleep on the floor. That's like not even a joke. Like, we had a pretty decent sized house. I just had to sleep on the floor because we just didn't have enough space for people. And I was the youngest one in my family. So I had to sleep on the floor in a sleeping bag. That's how I know what it feels like whenever you got a big ass water bug walking on you. Fucking just felt that shit right now. You have not lived until you've had a big ass water bug, a bunch of them. I guess it felt like a bunch. It was probably like 3 or 4, but it was a bunch of them in my mind. Inside your sleeping bag, walking on you. The little pokes from the little blah. Fucking disgusting. Tommy says, I ate so much potato tacos growing up that I can't even see them to this day without throwing up. Man, I get it. I get it. That's how I am with like super white people tostadas. But my mom would do the same. Like she would like just buy like the stacks of the already fried tostadas, just put beans on it with like cheese. And then my goofy ass being me would just douse that shit with like Tabasco sauce. Maybe that's what it is because I can eat a tostada. I just don't do Tabasco sauce. Not anymore. Not that I'm grown up. I'll do like Valentina. I'll do Tapatio. I'll do any of that. So I will not do Tabasco sauce. Can't do it. So maybe that's what it is. Because I can like eat a regular ass tostada. That's fine. But I will not do Tabasco sauce. Cannot do it. Man. The memories of growing up. Augustine saying that I should tell people what contacts you just gave me. All right, well, I'm trying to do a show, but I will watch on that right now. Okay, so he gave me someone who is a chief marketing officer at Whataburger. Somebody else's email address. He's a senior manager of public relations and handles day-to-day inquiries at Whataburger. Well, thank you. Although you did spell Whataburger wrong on old boy's email address. So I can't copy and paste. I got nothing but love for you, though, Augustine. I appreciate that. Potato, tacos, and white people tostadas is what this show has turned into. The lazy river has meandered its way now to like food of nostalgia, to poor people food. I'm with it, man. You know, the crazy thing is, too, is that my dad was in customs for 46 years. It was like a GS-13 or whatever for X amount of years. So, like, he kept getting, like, money. We had a business where, like, we moved mobile homes and stuff like that. I never got paid, but fuck, they did. Why the hell do we eat so bad? Oh, that's right. He had another family. Uh-oh. Trauma dumping. Need to stop that nonsense. What a way to end the show. All right, everybody. As you know, this Saturday, we're going to be out at Buffalo Wild Wings for Fire and Ice, inviting y'all to come hang out with us for a little bit as we pay honor to our friend, David Halpern, who passed away last week. Damn, a week ago already. That is wild. Wild. Nonetheless, hope we see you all out there. You know, I got nothing but love for y'all. I appreciate the love and support that y'all give me back as well. Go Spurs, go tonight. Hoping that the Spurs get themselves a big old win. Also, the El Paso Locomotive will be having a watch party at Palomino Bar on the west side of El Paso, right next to UTEP. So go on out there, support the El Paso Locomotive as they're taking on Phoenix Rising FC today. It's on the road. It's on TV. Go out there. Have yourself some time. Have yourself a good old time. The Estrellas are on sale. The Cazadores tequila shots are on sale. And every time the Locomotive score a goal, free shots for everybody inside the bar. You can't beat it. If you don't like soccer, that'll make you love soccer. We'll see you then, everybody. Have a good Wednesday. Hasta mañana.